Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Besties, it's behind the shade. Bronwyn was on one, wasn't she? She was on one, two, she was on three. Honey, Bronwyn is sick of Meredith. What am I talking about? The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the season finale. It is season 6, episode 16. We got to talk about it. Ciao. So the episode begins. It's day 4. You know, the ladies are in Greece. This is their last day. Angie, remember the morning before she bumped into the server with the tray and busted her lip. So the next morning, of course, it's just worse. So they're all telling her how ugly it is, and she's all acting like it hurt. I'm like, it look crazy. And I'm like, Angie, I know that hurts. I know when you touch that area, it hurts. Why don't you have an ice pack on your mouth? What are you doing? So the ladies are gearing up for this last day. Okay. They're going to go have lunch with Angie's cousin first. And then the nighttime entertainment is going to be something else. There is a playwright by the name of Stella. Hey, girl. She's a Pisces like me. Hey, girl. And I knew she was going to be a Pisces. Okay. Creative. This is creative arts. We're into that. So she wrote a play about the ladies, and then she's going to portray them in like an ancient Greek style. So what happened 3 days ago? So I'm guessing that was the first day they got there. She interviewed each of them, and you heard words like Heather say she's well spoken. Brittany says she's deep. Sorry, Brittany. Meredith says she's pensive. Bronwyn says she's quirky. Lisa says she's smart, honey. Brittany says she's happy. Whitney says she's free spirited. Lisa says she's intuitive. No, you're not, because honey, she thought Stella was a Sagittarius. Nope. Capricorn. Nope. Leo. Nope. Aries. Nope. And she was like, "What are you?" She said, "I'm a Pisces." I knew it. No, you did not. You did not knew it, Lisa. Meredith says she's self-aware. And so Stella's writing all these notes. She's interviewing each of them, right? So then she asks the ladies about each other. Child. First thing I heard, dramatic, ego, pride, lack of justice, guarded, dingbat, martyr. I was like, here go Mary. I like all of them except for one. And we already know who it is. Brittany. So Meredith is in the kitchen making everyone cappuccino. And, it bothers Bronwyn because she's up all chipper and happy. But, honey, they were up late last night, right? So after everybody went to bed around 1:30, Meredith texts Bronwyn and was in full panic because she thinks everyone is out to get her. And now she's acting like nothing happened and everything is perfectly fine. So meanwhile, the buzzing cousins are outside at the pool talking. Whitney is frustrated because the night before, Lisa wanted them all to go deeper into who they are. And they're like, yeah, because she got a lot of nerves because Lisa is the most shallow person on the cast. And so Whitney is feeling a bit taken aback because she's like, I've been asking for more vulnerability and haven't gotten it. The nerve of her. So inside, Bronwyn is talking to Mary in her room or their room. I don't think they're sharing a room. I think Bronwyn is with Angie because she says she woke up to the lip. So she's in Mary's room, and they talk about, why Meredith was in such a panic, Didn't know, honey, she woke Bronwyn up at 2:30 in the morning. She let Bronwyn know she is nervous and she wanted to know what the ladies talked about at lunch. So Mary says, she is showing weird behavior. And because, Meredith could have asked both of them about the lunch when they were up together late. So production wrote the tape back and they were up like at 1:15. It was just Mary, Bronwyn, and Meredith. And so Mary, like, yeah, she on some sneaky stuff. Like, why she didn't ask why we were together. So Bronwyn says, she just danced around the question because Meredith uses Bronwyn to clap back at the ladies. So they show 3 different clips of Meredith doing this, and Bronwyn is tired of it. Hold on, besties. Bronwyn is sick of this. So she's like, Mary says, and for that, Meredith is wrong for trying to get you to talk behind everybody back. So her and Meredith, Mary and Meredith has been friends for a long time. And so Mary was like, Meredith has changed. And we're not talking about for the good. Just something is weird. Something is all in. And she knows now because she has experience from dealing with her son, just like Whitney and her dad, right? So now, she's feeling like they coming for her. And now Meredith is paranoid. Okay. So outside, Bronwyn sees Meredith and they talk. Bronwyn wants to address her asking about what what was said at lunch. I didn't ask you that. What? You did ask me that. This is not true, Bronwyn. I did not ask you. Stop saying that. Oh, there you go again. Meredith says Bronwyn told her that she was nervous about the play and that they both don't know what's coming. Y'all nervous? And it's just so amazing to me, besties, because I don't care what people think of me. I know I'm great. Imperfectly great. I'm good. Good heart. Just don't take no mess. And I'm going to call a thing. But other than that, I'm not finna backbite, talk about you. I'll come to you or I won't at all. But I'm not finna just be girl, anyway. So enough about me. So they nervous. They don't know what's about to happen. Okay, so now they going back and forth and back again because Bronwyn is telling her that she feels used by Meredith. She's like, I stood up for you after the plane ride. And I'm like, you did? Bronwyn, you've been saying that girl was being mean to Brittany. I'm trying to remember when you defended Meredith. And why would you defend Meredith? Because you was one of the ones that said, no! Got it. Bronwyn was not on the plane. Remember, she came separately. So she wasn't on the plane ride. Okay, I remember that. So what is she talking about? Anyway, okay. And, she says she uses her like a little puppy running after her. And honey, Bronwyn is, she's from the Bay. You can tell. Bronwyn is moving her head. Honey, she is talking loud. She is demanding the floor. She not going to let you interrupt her. She got something to say. You're going to be quiet and listen. And so she asked Meredith, are you gaslighting me? Or you just don't remember saying it? Because it's one or the other. Because I've been your friend and I'm fed up. And so she even told her, she said, even Lisa says things about you. I said, oh, listen at you trying to stir the pot and get messy on them one time. Now you're going to go for the jugular and throw her only friend up in her face? You're going to put Lisa in the mix? Child, what? She was like, I supported you and you sold me out. Okay. Sold you out, huh, Bronwyn? She said, you asked me to come to you off camera to talk about this. You know what she was like, good luck to you with these other bees. because they don't have your back like I did. And she walked off. I said, you better get it, Miss Ma'ams. Honey, Bronwyn is fed up. She is fed all the way up. Todd got her on one. You hear me? You know where this smoke coming from. So the ladies are off to have lunch with Angie's cousin. I forgot his name. Meredith is on the van. She's very quiet, and it is bothering Whitney. They was like, is Meredith even on the bus? They're like, yeah, she right there. Okay. So Angie asked that everyone have some emotional intelligence when they get to this restaurant with her cousin. Don't be acting a fool. We don't want to get put out of another restaurant. No holler, no screaming. Let's talk to him, not each other. Get it together. Okay. They're like, yeah, we got it, Angie. Bet. Child, whoop. Oh, what, Angie? Child, she almost scrubbed again. Child, her dress was cute. She had this little white dress. Her back was out, had one strap. She had these tall, red, little strappy, satin looking heels. And even Heather said, oh, honey, you look cute. I didn't know that dress had all that going on. She said, yes, it does. And they was like, is this cousin approved? Like, should you be going out to visit your cousin with all your butt hair? It was a short dress, right? It was cute, though. And no, it was not cousin approved, but we're not going to talk about these women in them dresses, okay? Hey, Jamal and Carrie Bryant, we're not going to talk about these dresses. But if y'all want to talk about it, drop down in the comment section and say what you think about Jamal Bryant's wife wearing that flesh-colored dress. All I got to say is it was a beautiful dress. It was inappropriate. Yes. Okay. So Angie almost fell again walking on these cobblestones. Greece is full of cobblestone streets. It is hard to walk on these streets with these heels. I even heard one of the ladies say, walk on the ball of your foot, walk on the ball of your foot. That means lift your heel up and don't use the heel. Stay on your foot, right? So Angie said, oh my goodness. She was like, I think I'm going to need to up my life insurance. I'm like, I think you do, Angie. I agree. You are so clumsy. So her cousin is there. He greets them. He was like, couldn't wait to meet them. Said everybody was beautiful. They're dining outside again. It is windy. Okay. I don't know how Mary's hat stayed on her head. She must have had pins in it. Was it glued to the wig? Maybe, you know, when the camera wasn't on her, she was adjusting it and holding it down and positioning it. But honey, it was windy out there. I was cold watching them. Like, ooh. So this was Mother's Day, so it's May. So it's not quite warm yet in Greece. Greece is so beautiful. I never really tripped off visiting Greece, but I've been to Europe before. You know, I've been to a few other countries, about 5 or 6. But I wouldn't mind going back to visit Greece. Greece just looks like a vibe, just a good old vibe. But they didn't stay long. Y'all notice they've only stayed. They was on day 4. And they were leaving, you know, the next day. So that's a very short trip for such a long way. I would have to at least be there a week, at least. Because I think they flew, oh, I don't, how long is the flight from me? I'm sure that flight was forever. So anyway, the cousin greets them and they have this beautiful view. They're sitting outside and they did not get put out, child. So Angie and this cousin, their dads are brothers. So they're first cousins. And, you know, they were asking, did he speak English? And he seemed like his English was very good. Angie told them, you know, speak slowly so he could catch on, but he speaks very well. I think he understands. I would consider him bilingual. So Lisa wanted to hear the family's history, so he tells them, and then Angie tells us that she really doesn't know anything about her mother's side of the family. Her mom just spoke of the war once because they had to hide. And she doesn't have any connections with any family on her mother's side of the family, but she's very thankful to know her roots, at least from her dad's side, the family. So child, back on the van, Meredith is on the van mumbling. I don't know why I'm here. No, here we go, y'all. I don't know why I'm here. It's not a big deal. Heather said, are you okay? Meredith, are you okay? And Bronwyn, Meredith doesn't say anything. So Bronwyn is like, okay, well, I'll say it. Meredith texted me after we all went to bed last night. She said something that I was uncomfortable about. It's been a lot of, she's feeling, no, here goes Meredith. It's been a lot. I feel targeted. Lies have been said. What did you guys talk about at lunch? Meredith is like, oh, no, that is not what I said. And so Bronwyn thinks, you're pumping me. You're just trying to pump information out of me. Bronwyn's like, you're gaslighting me. And then Bronwyn is amping up. She is almost hollering. She is mad. And now here goes. She's mad because Meredith is backpedaling. I didn't say that. I didn't ask you that. How much more do I have to bleed out for you, Meredith, Esquire? And so Bronwyn told her to stop effing with her. You're going to stop effing with me, with these and these other people. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then she says, and I am right about this because you're quiet for once in your life. You don't have any legalese behind it because you know it's true. F it, Meredith. Child, Meredith was quiet. Lisa was quiet. Girl, Lisa was very quiet in this episode until the very last to the end of the episode. She was very quiet. Lisa is always defending and talking for Meredith. So I guess was that Heather that told her to be quiet and let Meredith argue amongst her friends? Wow. Lisa must have said she tired. Lisa said, I'm tired. So the ladies are back at the villa. They're getting ready for the play. Child, they're like, it will be an eye-opener. That's what Angie said. She said, it's going to be an eye-opener for all of us. I'm like, but are y'all ready for that? Like, they had me nervous, besties. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be good. And it was, honey. So, child, Heather gonna say in her confessional, her Bronwyn story is gonna be 1 foot on the BS bin and one other foot on a banana peel. Then Meredith was trying to talk to her at 2 o'clock in the morning. She was like, Meredith is a sneaky, sneaky friend. All right, Heather. You kind of sneaky too now, but you be trying to call people out. You're trying to run the group. You're trying to Giselle the group. You know what I'm saying? So, child, they head to some undisclosed location. It's looking all weird. Somebody said it was a haunted house. It was just a pretty open courtyard. No cobblestone steps. So Mary was like, oh, finally some normal steps. She like, some normal stairs, child. So, but Mary also feels like this is suspicious. She was like, y'all don't feel like this is suspicious? And they're like, I mean, no. And Mary's like, I don't want to be here. She feels like she'd have wasted a good outfit for nothing. So in the courtyard, they have food out and they're eating and nibbling and child, they eating, right? So then Brittany, and the Greeks call her Brittany. So Brittany asked, do we serve our own selves? Did y'all see how Mary was behind her, rolling her eyes like, dummy? She's eating. Everybody's eating. And she's asking, do you see a waiter? Girl, you just see tables with food. Everybody's eating. Get a plate. So Brittany was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and go into this wine because that's what I'm here for. And child, they just every scene you saw Brittany drinking wine. So Whitney, Mary thinks she's wasted another good outfit for this mess. So that Angie gives the ladies a wrap to put around their head, and it's called a medalia. And so it's each color that they wear will be the representation of the character in the play. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. And everyone is putting the scarf on correctly except for Lisa. And she really gets on my nerves with this, but she's so consistent about it. She doesn't put the medalia around her head like everybody else. She has it around her neck. Like, Lisa, are you so subconscious about your look? Like, you just cannot be on this camera and not just have makeup and your hair straight with a part down the middle. You just cannot play. You cannot get along. You cannot just do the costuming. You cannot just be in agreement with everybody. You just, whoo, gets on my nerves with that. Like, you just can't put the scarf around on top of your head. Like, golly, she just don't want to look like nobody. Golly, it drives me crazy. Okay, the play begins. 8 ladies come out there draped in the garb or whatever, and they have, a mask on. And it's like, okay, looks kind of creepy. And so the play is called The Sisters of Salt. So the narrator starts by telling a story of these beautiful women, and then someone said something, and then there was a war. Maybe someone said something, or maybe no one said anything at all. But gossip grows like a mold in this group. Lisa summons everyone to dinner. She offered a challenge dressed as peace. Each person revealed one honest thing about the person next to them. No lies, no mask. Are you guys ready, besties? So Heather, the deflector, she laughs loud, mocks the plan. That's all I wrote. Oh, Mary tells Heather she's a joke wrapped in mascara. You hide behind jokes. Uh-huh. Heather to Bronwyn. You're not two-faced. You're no-faced. Whoa. What? What? You want to be trusted. But you ain't loyal. You treat everyone like a party favor. Whoa. You collect secrets and trade them between the sisters like you're concerned, but you're damaging. Whoa. Pop, 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 pop. Goodness. That was a lot. Lisa, you wear your wealth like a shield. Treat us like we're beneath you, like you're the queen and we're your servants, like we're not equals, incapable of an apology. Child, let me say that again. Incapable of an apology. What? Can't afford humility. Whoa. Whoa. Angie, daggers slide behind your tongue. Voice sharp and slicing. Foolish, wants to be the best, causes damage. I was like, they got her, they got you, girl. That was on point. Yes. Brittany, I like how they say Brittany. Your words sound like childish noise. Golly. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, excuse me, y'all. And then they did a flashback. Lisa is in, talking to what's the lady? Stella is talking to Stella, telling the lady she's chasing butterflies and ladybugs in her head 24/7. I said, Lisa, hush. That was funny, girl. Okay, Brittany, your lifeline is men's attention, and you don't notice that your children fade into the background. She knows that now, but it's true. Mary, you speak truth, but with the blade. Your words sting. Lean into the righteous. You must bend. Without forgiveness, your conviction becomes a cage. Ooh. Whitney, you're shallow, a flirt, a body without a mind. I said, no, no, a body without a mind. Oh my God, I would have been offended. I'd have been offended by that. Oh yeah, I think I probably would have stopped the play and asked, who told you that? And how come Stella wasn't at the play? Oh, messy. She a messy heifer too. Go write all this junk and then don't even show up. I guess Stella said, y'all ain't finna jump me. Argue amongst yourselves. Don't be pointing the blame at me. I'm just the mirror of what y'all told me. Okay. And so we see a flashback of Lisa calling, referring to Whitney as a putana, which is like a loose woman, you know, a whore. You may speak wisdom, but no one hears you. Speak up. I would have been so mad if somebody called me a body without a mind. What? Meredith, you hide behind your semantics, twist language to dodge blame. I was like, yes, she does. Arguing with you is like shouting into a maze. You drift and your behavior is unpredictable. And then this is like the conclusion of the play. Everyone had guilt in their eyes, raised their glasses, swallowing this truth like poison. Glasses dropped, hands trembled, and for the first time, the house is quiet, stripped of noise, rivalries, and the truth was revealed. You're no one without your sisters. The end. Heather says they nailed it. And if we can be vulnerable and real with each other, we're wasting time trying to be friends. They all agreed. With sisters, they help you be who you are. I don't remember who said that. You can't have anything in life. You can't have anything in life without the people around you who you love. That's what life is about. Meredith, that was Meredith. Heather says, you know what? Give up the game and be real. You know, Bronwyn says, you know, she cried for all of the ladies hearing all these horrific things, you know, about each other, about what she saw, you know. And so they're like, oh, really? Bronwyn says she found truth about how she's portrayed, and she has a deep issue with loyalty. And she says she got a lot of work to do. And she says, you know, I'm not loyal to people, but I want to be, but I don't know anything about loyalty because her parents weren't loyal to her once she had Gwen at a young age and wasn't married. And now that she's married to Todd and he's been disloyal to her too. So, you know, she's just, that's her truth, right? She got work to do. So now she wants the ladies to feel sad too because she crying. She want everybody to be crying. So they all looking like, well, who gonna go first? So Lisa goes first. Oh, and then y'all in the play, they mentioned that Lisa was the eldest of them all. And Lisa, she didn't really, her face changed, but it wasn't like for the worst. But I was like, no, they did age shame her. So then Lisa just admits, she said, you know, I'm sad because I hide behind my things. But it's she said, but it's an accomplishment. You know, my rewards. You know, when I grew up, I had a lot to prove to myself because I was pressured to help my little sisters. I put a lot on my plate, and it's a lot, even for John, I think, because I have things to prove to myself. And then sometimes I disappoint myself. So then Angie loves on Lisa and tells her, you know, I miss being friends. I do too. We want to be my friends. Yes, I do. And so they gonna be friends again. Oh, I wonder if Mary is gonna have an issue with that child. So Angie says, you know, tell me to take my mask off if I'm wearing one because I'm not trying to. I want to be friends. I want to be supportive. So Meredith says she was trained on how to use words. She says she is sensitive and she's easily hurt. And she's afraid of betrayal and she doesn't let people in. So then they compliment Meredith on being real because they think she's opening up and going to be honest and be friendly. So, and Heather says, you and Bronwyn ruined today. What was up with that? This is the third time you didn't try to go to Bronwyn and get information from her. I was like, stir the pot then, girl. She said, yeah, y'all was up at 2 in the morning kikiing and all that. And then you gonna flip it on her? I was like, okay. So now Meredith feels attacked again. Oh my God, there you guys go again. I was trying to open up. This is why I don't talk. Whitney asks, what do you want to know about our lunch? Nothing. I don't care. I stopped talking. And she leaves. I'm going to the restroom. What are you going to do in the restroom, Meredith? Are you going to self-medicate? Lisa didn't even follow her child. I'm like, Lisa, you not going to defend, jump in, say something, holler, scream, cuss, fuss? No, nothing? Lisa, are you okay? Lisa. No, nothing. Mary is upset. Then why are we here? Y'all, for the first time in 6 seasons, of course, she didn't come back for season 3 or whatever, but for the first time, I felt like Mary was really being a Black woman, like really getting into the emotion of how we really like to bring things together, get to the bottom of things. Like she stepped into her Blackness. Is this the first time I have heard Mary just really like take over and just step into it, this superpower? Just use your superpower, Mary. So she's upset. So she was like, then what are we here for if we don't even get each other? Are we friends? Are we not going to be friends? And she says, at least you talking about I hide behind some stupid face. I don't live like that. I don't wear a mask. And she said, Lisa, you are self-absorbed. And we are grown here. We are all big, overgrown women, leaders, bosses, mothers, wives. And we can't tell Meredith that something is wrong. She is spiraling. Here go Heather. But we love her too, Mary. Tell her that too. Tell her that she's spiraling and tell her we care. Tell her something is wrong. They didn't even see Meredith show back up, honey. She's standing there like, I got one question. What is the goal? What is the goal? Mary's like, look, we are all concerned about you. You're spiraling and we're worried. And that's what we talked about at lunch. Mary hit him with the child. Mary says, I hope you're okay, but I don't think you are. Well, I am okay. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. It just went on and on. Your behavior is not normal, Meredith. Well, I'm done here. Heather's like, sit down and talk to us. No, because you're telling me I'm not okay. And I just told you I'm sensitive. I wear a lot on my sleeve. I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders because I want to leave the world better than when I got in this mug. And that's why I'm sad sometimes. Mary is standing up now. She all in Meredith's face. You're not. You're not. You're not okay. No, you're not. So Whitney's like, I feel bad for calling you names, the pill popper, alcoholic, all that. She said, but what I've experienced, I experienced with my dad, and that's the way I see it. Bronwyn says, well, and I'm better when I have support, and you don't open up about your marriage. And I'm like, Bronwyn, there you go, bringing up Seth yet again. Aren't you the one that had this stupid party with this friendship constitution? Even on this trip, you got a friendship constitution thing on the refrigerator when you checking stuff off. I remember hearing families off limits. Husbands are off limits. Children, mothers, fathers, cousins, play cousins. You know, y'all gonna make Meredith have another crash out on that plane back from Greece. And if y'all don't record her this time, I'm done with this franchise. If y'all don't record Meredith, Brittany, you better get your phone out because you are the recorder. Production, staff on the plane, passengers, flight marshal. Somebody better record this next crash out because you know this flight back from Greece gonna be a mess, and that's how they gonna start season 7. Ooh, let me get it together. Let me get it together. So, here go Bronwyn. I saw Seth in New York City when I was with Todd at dinner. And so everybody looking like, okay. Lisa's like, with someone else? Are you trying to allude that he was with someone else? Bro was like, I don't know. I'm not in it. I'm not saying I saw it. Bucky sees, Bucky don't see, Bucky don't do, Bucky didn't hear that. I didn't hear no evil, see no evil. I didn't know. I don't know. But Bronwyn is like, but what I'm saying is, but when y'all talked about my marriage and I had to put a wall up, so why don't you talk about your marriage? Meredith was like, bye, I'm out. They're like, I'm not doing this. Meredith said, ta-ta, bye-bye, gotta go. She got up, walked off. She on the phone. She about to call her an Uber in Greece, honey. And so Lisa's asking him, what are you alluding to? Did you see him with someone? Child, Meredith walked off. Heather goes and get her. Come back. And so Meredith decides to come back. And she's like, listen, I'm happy. I'm a happy wife. I'm a happy woman. Oh, y'all, wait a minute. I'm a happy wife. I'm a happy woman. I have a good life. My physical health is good. My mental health is good. I'm fine. My marriage is happy. I have a wonderful family. I don't drink much. I don't use illegals. I create and don't create problems for me. Honey, and in Meredith's confessional, honey, she said they talking about me being a pill popper. She said, y'all didn't see that Brittany has a huge, she got plenty of pills in her purse. She said that she has seen Heather and Whitney popping pills. And I was like, wait, what? What? And I was like, wait a minute. I want you to make sure Heather's pills aren't diet pills. Probably popping diet pills, child. So then Whitney tries to talk to Meredith one-on-one, try to pull her over to the side. Here come Lisa breaking it up. Now Lisa is talking. She broke that little bond up quick. Go back. You need to go back with them. Go back over there. You're not safe. Oh, I'm safe for her. I'm safe now. Get away from Meredith. Mary is telling Bronwyn that she's a good friend and she is loyal because she said, look how you standing by Todd. I wanted to die laughing, but Mary don't be trying to be funny, and Bronwyn knows she just says anything, and so she didn't really respond or react, but I peeked. So then Bronwyn says, you know, she thinks if Meredith can't take accountability, she won't open up and like take support from the rest of them, she needs to walk away. I was like, oh my goodness, there they are pushing Meredith off the show. Then Heather is like, don't come back. You either come back or you call an Uber and you do need to go. And so Lisa's standing there holding Meredith up and Heather's looking at them because she probably is reminiscing when they all used to be friends and she can see that she's losing them. And she said, you know, it's just both of y'all. She's crying, mind you. She's like, it's just both of y'all against the world. And Heather is crying. and the season 6 is over. And you know how they end with the whole like a little montage or little, I forgot what it's called. They put up there what happened, what they're going through, how they finishing up the season, whatever. None of them were it was even worth mentioning. If I can remember, I'll try to go off my brain. Heather is happy that she's an empty nester. Lisa still talks to trees, and she was upset to learn that buffalo mozzarella comes from a buffalo and not New York. Whitney is on board with her jewelry, but not with her husband, and she's still doing something. Bronwyn, something. Gwen and the mama still lives with them. They didn't move. And Todd is off limits for now. Who else? Mary is praying for her son. Brittany, she's his friend does, so she didn't get one. Did I name everybody? Meredith. Everything is hokey dory and she's DJing. That was it. I'm not gonna think of nothing else. Did I cover everybody? If I didn't, it wasn't even worth mentioning because none of them were. I think I got everybody right. Oh, Angie. Angie's story was and Bronwyn got her citizenship, her American citizenship, and she's waiting to, go to jury duty because she has her outfit already. We knew that already. And Angie does not have her Greek citizenship yet. And I don't remember. But besties, that was it. We have 3 parts of the reunion. And did y'all hear that Andy walked off the stage? Child, you know how he be trying to get them to be quiet and they don't be quiet? Andy got up and walked away. I said, Andy, you should have been doing that. You should have been doing that. But besties, drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the season, this episode. Don't forget to like the videos. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and that way you are notified each and every time I post my content. And I'll be back with another recap. It will be the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bye, besties.